It's about that time, back to school time. Now raise your hand if you're going back to school. I can't raise my hand because I want to talk to you guys about my back to school time when I was 18 years old. I was fresh out of high school, just graduated in June. Just wanted to enjoy my summertime. I was planning on going to college in the fall. My SAT and ACT scores did not do very well. I would not really be able to go into a top university with the scores that I had. My alternative option was to go to a community college. A lot of community colleges let you go from community college to a university. So that was the route I was going to take. I applied for a community college and I was just crossing my fingers hoping that I would get in. Now, thankfully, I got accepted. I'm pretty sure they let everybody in, but I was a little bit skeptical about going to a college. I was just talking to my family about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I was already pretty skeptical. I was just told that you don't know until you try. That was honestly a pretty fair point. So I decided to give it a go. Prior to that, I was in high school. I took an elective course on video news media. So we would do news for a school and it would involve filming, doing some video edits. And that's when I decided that I wanted to study for video production. I wanted to do video production for like content creation and just editing in the future. I was given the expectation by counselors, by people who spoke in my schools, we would readily have jobs after college. We would get connections and opportunities. At the time, I was very excited. When I first went in, I was like, whoa, this is way different. The food tastes way better than high school food. And yeah, I mean, high school food was pretty bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had some good days. Obviously, as any other 18-year-olds who strive to want to be the best, I took on 2 part-time jobs. So technically you can call that 1 full-time job. And I actually did YouTube back in the day. I still do, but I had another channel that I used to run and videos were just different compared to what I make today. Just going into college, I was very excited and I just saw that there was multiple campuses all across the city and I'm like, oh, that's cool. You get to travel from one campus to another. Kind of makes school a little bit more fun. It was a small class structure, so it didn't look too much different from high school, but just slightly bigger. There was people with many dreams, people of different backgrounds, ages. It was just amazing to see. Obviously, with any other majors, I did take on some basic courses, which is like English and math. Thankfully, I did not have to take a science class because I don't know the whole E equals MC squared sort of deal, so thankfully I didn't have to worry about that. I took upon some classes, including English, including math, and it was going pretty well. Like I was passing my courses. I also took a photography course. That was really cool because that's where I learned a lot of my photography skills. I don't want to say I'm a total expert at it. Work in progress. Nonetheless, it definitely felt like an upgrade from high school. It definitely felt a little less boring. I was the type of person that didn't like school, that was all about open-ended, non-linear structures and creativity and all that. And I was doing pretty good for like the first one, I would say maybe even 2 years. And then during the summer, I would just work my jobs because I still wanted to enjoy my traditional summer times and just continue to make some money during the summer. Fall of next year happens. That's when things really started to take a turn. I was getting tired. I was always late to class, always late to work. And it was like one of those situations where I definitely bit a lot more than what I could chew. It hindered my ability of my performance in those 2 areas and as well as making content on YouTube. I was just overloaded with busyness and constantly working. That honestly affected my ability to be creative and to have any inspiration for any new YouTube videos. So I stopped doing YouTube for a while to focus more on college and just my job. As semester by semester went on, more and more, I just felt like a lot of the courses were not only useless, but I was also getting a burnout. Burnout is a very real thing. I know the conversations that I have and say, like, what is burnout? What is mental health? That honestly scares me because I had to experience those things and unfortunately you pay the price. In my mind, I'm like, I can push through it. It's just a temporary thing. I guess sometimes it can push or roll into pride and ego. I do believe struggles are necessary for us to get to where we're at. But if we overwhelm ourselves and don't even give us time to rest, then I feel like that can really affect the ability to function in areas that are important. I ended up not doing any homework. I ended up skipping classes. I ended up just sleeping in and just being like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with this. Like I was literally so tired. Like I would sleep for 12 to 13 hours at a time and then go to work. The performance of everything was just after I did that for a while, I ended up flunking my semester. That's when I was just bursted into tears. I just felt a sense of disappointment and a sense of I'm a failure. After talking with my counselor, I was given a second chance. I was still able to meet a good GPA except for that one semester. So it kind of like turned me from like a 3.6 or 7 to like I'll say to like about a 2.0 something. I still could qualify to go to college. I still insisted on doing college full time. So I made some adjustments. I decided to reduce the amount of hours hours that I worked, and I didn't think that was a problem. But here's the thing. I still was feeling the burnout, and I still did not make YouTube videos. All of a sudden, I kind of felt the same thing like I did the first time. I did not want to touch a course. I did not want to touch a homework assignment. So I ended up just flunking my second semester too. In my mind, I had to like go back and reflect, because I'm like, how is it that I failed twice? I had to think of the pros and the cons. I had to ask myself, is this really for me? A lot of the stuff that I was learning, I wasn't getting real valuable skills that I could use for the future. Do I have a problem, or do I need to just change what I do? I decided to make a bold decision, and I dropped out of college. I took that route. For a while, I just worked, was still feeling the burnout. It was a little hard to perform well at my job. I still did it. I still just went ahead and worked. One day, while I was at a coffee shop on my computer playing some games or whatever, an idea just popped up in my head. It's like that spark that you haven't felt in a long time. It's like in the movie Hercules, the Disney movie Hercules, when he loses his power, but then he gets it back. That's what it felt like. I decided to create this current channel, and it was just about me just making commentary and just making videos on YouTube. Obviously, I did change the name to Photography because it sounded cool. You know, I just continue to make videos there. We all have our moments where we decide to take another direction, but sometimes growth does not look like what we picture in our minds. Because I thought I was going to go to a top university and graduate, but that ended up not happening. I thought I was going to get some of my ideas and get momentum on those things, but that hasn't happened. But you know, I'm actually grateful that it hasn't happened. There's a cost to quick success, and there's also a cost to not taking the time for personal growth. Because I feel like in times where we reroute our situation, you know, there's still a lot of things that we're waiting for. There's a lot of things that we're waiting for something to take off. I get how that feels. It's a very discouraging feeling. But I think if we focus on the problem that's right in front of us, then we're never going to excel into where we need to be in the future. That's the mentality that I've been getting over the years. For anybody that's deciding whether they should go to college, my advice to you is, if you already know what major you want to study in, make sure you know what major you're studying in. You don't want to waste time and money just getting generals over with. I've talked with people and saying that they went to college just to get their generals done, and then now they don't know what to do, and it just becomes a waste of time and money. If you go to college, pick your major and go with it. And for those who are contemplating on whether college is for them, or other options, go outside your comfort zone. If you think that college is your comfort zone, then don't go to college. Explore of what you can offer to the world. Secondly, whatever you do, work hard at it, but don't burn yourself out. I don't want you guys to make the same mistake I did. If you're trying to stick at whatever it is you're doing, do not do what I did. It sucks. It feels like you're being hit with a brick wall. And thirdly, if something changes, if something doesn't go the way it's been planned, then that's okay. That is the whole point of where character development begins. So if there's any sort of failures or things not going our way, that's okay, because that's the start of a growth. That means something new is about to happen. It's only a matter of time of the when, but something will happen. And if mistakes are made, you learn from it and you become better. So don't beat yourself up if you flunk college or if you don't go to college. Whatever it is, be grateful for what you have. We envy the stuff that we wish we had. If we think about the things that we wish for all the time, then we're not going to focus on what's in front of us, what the future holds. You can miss out on the potential that you could see in yourself and the growth that's happening in the present time. Believe me, I know from experience. If you guys want to support this channel, there's two ways you can support. You can like and subscribe to this video, and you can buy me a coffee. The link's down in the description. You guys have a blessed day.